Maple Ridge had never been home. Not really. For Lara, it was just a place to stay dry, to keep her job, to keep going. At 25, she had learned to live with silence, with distance, with the absence of her father, a man swallowed by addiction and shame, and with the quiet sorrow in her mother's eyes. That day, as cold wind clawed against her apartment window, Lara found a letter in the mailbox, handwritten, yellowed, with her grandmother's initials at the corner. "Lara, it's time. Your grandfather has something important for you. We can't leave the village anymore. Come soon." She tried calling. No answer. The number was out of service. Her heart pounded with unease. Her mother sat curled in a blanket, frail and coughing softly. Her eyes brightened when she saw Lara, but not for long.
Mom, I got a letter from Grandma. They want me to visit. Grandpa needs to give me something.
That house. I haven't heard from them in weeks. It worries me. They're not young anymore, Lara.
I tried calling. Nothing goes through.
I should go with you.
You can't, Mom. You're sick. And it's a long drive.
Then promise me something. If anything feels wrong, just leave. Don't stay in that place.
It's just a visit. I'll be back by the weekend.
But neither of them believed it was just a visit. The city gave way to hills. The roads grew narrow, fewer signs, fewer turns. Trees lined the highway like watchers. Hours passed. The forest thickened. Civilization melted behind her like a forgotten dream. By nightfall, the fog descended, and then her car began to struggle.
Seriously? Now?
She stepped into the misty dark, checking the back tire flat. She knelt, hands wet with mud and rain, struggling with the jack. Another car pulled up. Its headlights pierced the dark like twin knives. An elderly man stepped out, tall, lean, coat flapping like paper.
Evening, miss. Trouble?
Flat tire. I'm handling it.
This road isn't as safe after dark. Too many stories. If you don't mind, I can lead you to a nearby village. There is a hotel. 3 kilometers. Safe, warm.
Thanks. I guess I could use a break.
She followed the stranger's car through twisting back roads, headlights flickering, shadows dancing along the trees. A woman behind the counter barely looked up.
Room 5. Keep the windows shut. Storm's coming.
Lara barely slept. The wind scraped against the shutters like fingernails. She dreamed of trees that moved when no one looked. Lara's car wove through narrow forest roads, the light growing dim despite the hour. Up ahead, a figure waved, a woman in her 40s, shawl wrapped tight, eyes bright beneath tired skin.
Heading toward the lake. I live near the forest edge. Could use a ride.
Hop in.
These woods were sacred once. Now they hide men with guns. Aren't things worse than men?
Worse?
You'll know it when you hear the footage stop singing.
The woman left her at an unmarked trail. No goodbye, just a nod. Lara drove on. A faded farmhouse stood half sunken in moss and memory. She knocked. Nothing. Then she saw it. A note near the doorframe. "We are out. We'll return soon." She entered. Took a bath. Ate something from the cupboard. Waited, but no one came. That night, the fireplace flickered. She fell asleep in the old armchair, wrapped in someone else's blanket. She woke with a jolt. She opened the door. Her grandparents stood there, eyes kind and strange, skin pale, breathless.
Where were you all day?
Time moves differently for us now.
I was worried. You could have left a message.
We are here because it's your time now. There's something beneath the big tree in the yard. It doesn't belong here. It needs to be returned.
And you need to protect your mother. You're stronger than you know.
Why are you talking like this? Like you're saying goodbye.
Because we're already gone.
And then, they faded into the hallway. She slept, clinging to the sound of their voices. Sunlight leaked in through the dusty curtains. Lara stirred, the blanket sliding off her shoulders. Her body was still aching from the long drive, but it wasn't the soreness that snapped her awake. It was the stillness. Too quiet. No scent of breakfast. No voices. Just the groan of wood and her own heartbeat.
Grandma? Grandpa?
She checked every room. The kitchen. The porch. The bedrooms. Untouched. Their bed still made. No shoes by the door. No used cups. No trace. Just the same old house. But colder now. They were gone. Again. She stepped outside, confused, scanning the empty road. A man was approaching, middle-aged, pushing a rusted bicycle, his coat fluttering in the breeze.
Morning. You all right there?
I'm looking for my grandparents. This is their home. They were here last night. But now, they're gone.
Miss, your grandparents?
Yes, David and Anya Miller.
They passed away 2 months ago. Found them inside, both on the floor. No one knows how. We buried them ourselves, up by the old cemetery near the Chapel Hill.
Her mind reeled. The man kept talking, but the words became a blur. She backed away slowly, into the house. Her hands trembled.
They were here. They sat at that table. They spoke to me.
The cemetery lay just outside the village, forgotten by most, hugged by trees that bowed with age. Lara walked through rows of leaning headstones, each one cracked by frost and time. She found them, 2 simple graves. David Miller, Anya Miller. Fresh flowers lay at the base, wilting, as if someone had been there recently or never left. She dropped to her knees.
Why didn't you tell me you were gone?
She reached out, fingers brushing the damp earth.
You were there last night. You told me about the box, the tree.
And suddenly it clicked. It wasn't a dream, not a hallucination. She had seen them, but not the living versions, the part that never left. She pressed her forehead to the headstone. Eyes shut, tears wetting the moss-covered stone.
I'll do what you ask.
House still stands, but it's missing everything. The rocking chair sways in the silent breeze. No arms to hold me, just memories. I called your names, but the echoes fade. Only the wind knows the promises we made. Now I sit by the stone with your names carved in gray, wishing time could just turn and take me back a day to your warm little stories and your soft lullabies, to the hands that once held me when I'd cry. Oh, Grandma, Grandpa, can you hear me now? I'm still your little girl, somehow. On the scent of the rain, taught me love through every joy and pain. The garden's bare, but I see you there, in every flower, in the evening air. I whisper low the words you'd say. You never really left, you just slipped away. Now I sit by the stone with your names carved in clay, wishing time could just turn and take me back a day to your warm little stories and your soft lullabies, to the hands that once held me when I'd cry. Oh, Grandma, Grandpa, can you hear me now? I'm still your little girl, somehow. Still your little girl, somehow.
Back at the farmhouse, Lara found the tree massive, ancient, with gnarled roots that twisted out of the ground like veins. She dug through the soil, breath ragged, hands numb. Then on a clunk. A wooden box, ornate, heavy, locked. She carried it inside with both hands, setting it on the old dining table.
Where's the key?
She tore through drawers, shelves, books, nothing. But in the back of a cabinet, wrapped in old cloth, was a revolver, still loaded. She held it for a long moment, then tucked it into her bag next to the box. That evening, she stood at the front door once more and stepped into the storm. By evening, Lara was back on the road. The farmhouse disappeared behind her in the rearview mirror, a silhouette swallowed by trees, by fog, by memory. The bag sat in the passenger seat, the locked box inside, unmoving. The gun, cold against her thigh beneath her coat. Her hands clung to the steering wheel like it was the only real thing left in the world. But nothing felt real now. Her grandparents, the conversation the night before, the grave markers that said they had died weeks ago.
How could I have seen them, touched them, heard them?
She thought of her mother, of how sick she looked just a day ago, of what her grandfather had said. You must protect her now. What had he meant? And what was in the box? The rain returned. First a whisper, then a roar. Visibility dropped to almost nothing. Her heart thudded harder with every mile. Every shadow seemed to lean closer.
Keep driving. Just get back to Maple Ridge.
But the storm had other plans. Up ahead, the trees thickened, gnarled limbs twisted like black fingers, clawing overhead. Her headlights flickered, The dashboard dimmed for a second.
No, not now.
Then the car shuddered. Dead. She slammed her fist on the steering wheel.
Are you kidding me?
No signal. No lights around. Just rain, darkness, the bag, and a creeping sense that something was watching. She looked into the back seat. Nothing. Checked the mirror. Just her own pale, wide-eyed reflection. Then she opened the door. The rain drenched her instantly. She moved fast, opening the trunk, grabbing only what she could carry. She shoot the ornate box, as she didn't want to carry it with her on that lonely road. Inside it, there was another small silver box. When she opens it, she finds something glowing inside the box. Lara took all the essentials with her on that leather bag and left behind all the unnecessary things. She slung her bag over her shoulder, pulled her hood tight, and stepped into the storm. She didn't know how far she had to go, but she knew she couldn't go back. The road was long, endless. The only sound now was the hiss of rain on the trees and her own breath. Every few steps she turned, nothing behind her. Still, her hand never left the gun.
Just keep walking, find a gas station, a phone, anything.
But somewhere deep in her bones, Lara knew. This storm wasn't just weather. It was a warning. Something had followed her out of that house. Something old, something patient, and it wasn't done with her yet.